Welcome to the Money Savvy Parents Podcast, the podcast for parents to gain financial education to then pass on through the generations. I am your host, Laura, mother to 3 beautiful children and founder of a financial coaching business, Savvy Peacocks. Let's remove the taboo from money together. Hello and welcome back to my podcast. Great to have you tuning in again. Today we're going to talk about something that came up recently in a speech that I was doing, and I thought it would be great to bring that question into the podcast. So let's delve straight in and listen to that question.
Hi Laura, I was just wondering, how important is it for us to invest back in ourselves within our spending?
The reason I love this question is because it's something that we often forget to do. We often forget to reinvest back in ourselves, spend money on ourselves, however you want to position it. It's always the last thing that we think about. Or we get to a point of the end of the month where we spent all of our money, we have spent money on ourselves, but we don't know what we've spent that money on or how it is invested back into our lives. So today I want to talk about this and how you can plan for this in your future spending. So I want to refer back to a previous episode around zero-based spending planner, because for me, this is the key to the success with this. So the idea is once you've paid out all of your bills, and you've accounted for an amount of money to put towards paying for your food this month, then you will have hopefully an amount of money to choose where you want to direct that. And a proportion of that will go on towards your goals. So maybe there's some longer term goals in there that you're working towards within your family or as an individual. And so in that case, you're putting a proportion of that money aside to work towards those goals. And maybe there's a calculation involved within that. But if you want to then start think about, okay, well, what do I need to save up ready to spend? So what I'm talking about there is thinking about all your eventualities. What expenses may I have in the next year that I need to tuck money aside now in order to save up for it now to spend it when I need to? And a real popular one with this is Christmas presents. We all dread December coming and thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to cope this month? I've got a choice of putting it all on the credit card or eating baked beans for the month until it gets to that Christmas period. And so that shouldn't be the case. This is where this comes really into play, because what you can do is save up a little amount every month towards those big expenses like Christmas, so that when December comes, it doesn't hit you so hard. All you're going to do is say, okay, well, this year I've saved up £300 towards Christmas this year. So that's what I have to spend. How do I want to segment that money? What does that look like? Who am I going to spend what on? How much money am I going to invest back into those around me, my loved ones, so that you're preparing for that eventuality. So you're not just whacking it on the credit card and thinking about it later. And it's not an expense that you're going to be paying off for the first 6 months of the following year. And what I also really love about this is it means you're not just buying frivolously in December and just popping it all on the credit card and then worrying about it in January or February. You know, at the end of the year, okay, I've set aside this much money. How am I going to spend that cash? How am I going to spend that amount of money? So you're being quite clear with where you're placing your money every month to work towards those annual things that always come up. And Christmas, birthdays, school shoes, those are the kind of things that you need to be bearing in mind. And maybe one thing you want to do is look back over your bank statements and have a look and see what you have had expenses and maybe some of the things that you have popped on a credit card in the past, so that you can prepare for those expenses throughout the year. Because there really is nothing worse than looking back at the end of the month and thinking, what have I got to show for it? So once you've paid for all your bills and you've set some money aside for food and you've chosen what goals you want to work towards and maybe some of those annual things that cost us money, I then really am a big advocate investing back in yourself, looking after yourself, and ensuring that you have an opportunity to enjoy your money, but doing it in a way in which you can really look back and say, yes, that's what I did with that money. That's how it added back into my value. And something that I was talking about this week within this audience was the fact that actually, if your money expenditure doesn't fall in line with, does it improve my mind? Does it improve my body, or does it improve my soul? So is it working towards my mind, my body, or my soul? If it is, then go ahead and spend it, because you are going to be investing back in yourself and doing something that's going to enrich your life. If it doesn't do one of those things, then I would say that's questionable. So when I'm talking about mind, body, or soul, what I'm talking about is investing in something that you maybe you want to learn this month, or maybe it's good for your mental health to be going out and doing a particular activity, something that you know helps you with your mind and your mental state. The next thing to be thinking about is your body. So what types of food are you putting into your body? Maybe you want to invest in some exercise classes. Maybe there's a particular clothing that you want to invest in because it makes you feel good in your body, or it suits your body shape. So thinking about how you're looking after your health and your body. And also within that is things like saving up towards ensuring you're having an MOT of your health and your body. Maybe you want to start putting some money aside for doing that on an annual basis, or hiring a nutritionalist and looking at how you're living your life and looking after your body that's got to carry you through the next 30, 40, 50, 60 years that you have on this earth. And then the third area is your soul. So things that are going to bring you great joy, great happiness, that are really good to give you that nice, warm, fuzzy feeling inside. So this is where you can plan to spend money on going out with your friends or socializing, because that's good for your soul. So I'm not one for saying, cut back, don't enjoy yourself. I really think this is an important part of how we're living our lives, but doing it mindfully in a way that you can look back with great pride and say, that's what I spent my money on this month. That is how I enjoyed my money. And having a balance of all three of those within mind, body, and soul when you're looking at your treat fund or your money to enjoy, that it falls in line with those things. If it doesn't fall in line with those things, I would suggest that those are areas in which maybe you're throwing money away, or it's a poor place to be spending your money. So just in summary, I just wanted to go over the fact that your money that's available to you is an opportunity not only for you to cover your bills and your general day-to-day life, but it's an opportunity for you to work towards goals, choose in advance where you're spending your money, but also it's a great opportunity to be investing back in yourself and those around you, sharing this ethos with your children and your partners and your friends and your family, so that you're all investing back in yourself, or you're doing that for other people, to make sure that you really are making the most of your money. You're not getting to the end of the month thinking, where did that go? What have I got to show for it? I hope that helps and it's insightful, and you're thinking now ahead around saving to spend and where you're going to spend your money on yourself and invest back in yourself on a monthly basis, either in your mind, your body, or your soul. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for listening to Money Savvy Parents. If you enjoyed today's episode, then please subscribe and post your money questions within a review for future episodes. If you want to learn more, then please join my Money Savvy Parents Facebook group or club on Clubhouse. Let's remove the taboo from money together.